And we believe in demonic possession, people. One direction. Let's go crazy, crazy, crazy till we see the sun. I know we only met. I mean, look at this. I only know we only met, but let's pretend it's love. And never, never, never stop for anyone, meaning your parents or God. Whoa, 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 whoa. That should be whoa, like slow down. But it's not. It's tonight, let's get some. Okay, and most of you, I don't know if you have these idioms in Malay English, but in American English, that is a very clear idiom about, I don't think I need to say anymore. So let's pretend it's love. In other words, it's lust, but let's pretend it's love. And just get some. This is promoting free sexuality. And don't think that they put that Muslim in there by accident or because he was talented. They knew exactly what they were doing. Zayn Malik is a minion of these people. This is a simple fact and a reality. And I'll say it openly and publicly. This is being live streamed. People can make fun of me. They can laugh at me. They can think I'm crazy. They said the same thing about the Prophet ﷺ, so I'm not ashamed of being called Majnoon. If they could say it about the best of creation, then who am I to reject that honorific title from the people it comes from? Channeling, the act or practice of serving as a medium through which a spirit purportedly communicates with living persons. That's the definition of channeling. A lot of these actors believe in channeling. So they actually invoke spirits.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shirley MacLaine.
Is another area. 2.5 hours per day for teenagers in the United States listening to music. 2.5 hours per day. And as somebody who grew up in America, coming from a musical family, I have so many lyrics that I wish I could sue the people that took that space of my brain. Because I would much rather have other things in there. So I have lyrics from, I'm not going to age myself, but I have lyrics from, and empty lyrics, So, I mean, some of them were interesting, but not very many. One of them was advertising signs convince you to think you're the one that can win what's never been won, that can do what's never been done. Meantime, life goes on outside all around you. So that's a useful little piece of lyric, right? 1 in 3 popular songs now contain explicit references. Khutuwat, you see, songs used to be like, if you go back to the 1960s, the 1940s and 30s, listen to the songs. Don't, but I can tell you. They were innocent lyrics, mostly innocent lyrics. Some of them had subtle things, but people couldn't work them out unless they were sophisticated. But most of them were just simple lyrics, right? Even in the 1950s, you ain't nothing but a hound dog, right? Crying all the time. Came in late last night, about 10:30. That gal of mine wouldn't let me in. Move it on over. Move over a little dog because the big dog's moving in. He's in the dog house, right? These are the type lyrics they had. Or teach your children well. Their parents' hell did slowly go by. Don't ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. Just look at them and sigh and know they love you. That's about parents. Sometimes you get bad parents. Just know that they still love you even though they're lousy parents. Those are the kind of lyrics. Now, you can't even listen to the lyrics because they're so disgusting, right? They are so filthy. And Fakhruddin al-Razi, in his commentary, says about the verse in the Quran where Shaitan is threatened that you will try to seduce them with your voice. He says by giving them foul lyrics that their children will memorize and repeat. That's in Mafatih al-Ghaib. That was in the 13th century. So what are we doing now? This is the khutuwat of shaitan. He's taken people by degrees. America used to be a relatively moral country. It used to have moral values. People used to go to church. They believed in God. They didn't use drugs by and large, right? I mean, it wasn't that long ago. Now you go there and 1 out of every 4 women has a venereal disease they can't get rid of. I'm not making this up. You can see the CDC research on this. Right? HPV virus, it's a major problem in the United States, causing cervical cancer, genital warts. These are real problems. And now they're promoting sexual behaviors that are pathogenic. They're promoting pathogenic behaviors that, you know, in America, you have all these advertising against saturated fats. You know, like a Big Mac is not going to kill you if you eat 1 of them. It'll do some damage, but it won't kill you. Even if you ate 100 of them. It's going to make you sick, but it's not going to kill you. But 1 time of rectal intercourse can be a death sentence. 1 time. And yet in America, they have all these ads warning people against saturated fats, and there's no ads warning them against deviant sexual behavior. Why is that? Because there are lobbies that say that that is hate speech. Why is that? It's not right. You should warn young people that you can get a venereal disease that you'll never get rid of. And as somebody who worked as an RN, I worked 2 years with a gastroenterologist. I saw firsthand the effects of rectal intercourse. And this is why it's prohibited for males on males or males on females. It's haram in our religion. It's not about homosexuality. It's simply about this sickness. Because if you do that, you will get very serious sicknesses. You will get, your sphincter loses its control. One of the things, a miracle of the Prophet, is he said that the people of Lut, they couldn't control their wind in their majalis. It's in the hadith that they used to pass wind because they lose, the sphincter is no longer doing its function because they've ruined the function by doing something that was never meant to be done. But they don't teach people this. They say, oh, it's normal, embrace yourself. The number of times an adolescent is exposed to explicit substance references, 35 per hour. They're listening to 2.5 hours a day, 35 per hour, 84 per day, 591 per week, being told about alcohol and drugs in these lyrics. These are the khutuwat of shaitan. A long way from Puff the Magic Dragon, which they said was a 1950s song that was really about smoking marijuana. You know, Puff the Magic Dragon, live by the sea, right? 30,700 a year. References to drug or alcohol in songs. Pop, 9%. Rock, 14%. Hip-hop, R&B hip-hop, 20%. Country, 36%. Rap, 77%.